sea, es que eso no es normal. Pues eso no es normal. Claro, aquí... Pero como aquí a nadie le importa nada, ¿sabes lo que te quiero decir? Pero eso no es normal. Y lo que hizo en otra la entrevista es muy feo también. Muy feo. Ya, pero... Que a ver, que bueno, que a ver qué pasa y tal, pero igual hay que decirle algo en algún momento. O sea, no sé, vamos, por él también. Pues se le está yendo a las manos.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to SpeedGaming 2.
Pero
Today
bueno,
we've got another match of the
coño, voy a
Cast
estar hablando
Randomizer
con más
Invitational League 2023 here. We are in Week 7. Come up, Randomizer. I'm starting with me on comps today. Is Blue Link, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We've had some really exciting races this week, and hopefully this will be yet another one.
Yep, we'll see how this goes. We have ourselves teams Begone versus Bolas Azules of the Missouri Meyer division here, with Dominier and Slumberjack representing Begone Pod, and Red Kitsune and Madcap representing Bolas Azules. Apologies in advance for me butchering that team name. We have ourselves. Do you want to explain our mode for the week?
Vale.
Alright, so this is co-op
Sí,
Randomizer. So all the
por
enemies have been
el
shuffled.
chat.
We can get all kinds of fun stuff to happen. We also have a full boss shuffle, so all of the 10 dungeon bosses and the 3 bosses in Ganon's Tower have been shuffled. All 10 bosses will appear at least once. 3 of them are selected to appear twice. And it is co-op, so our 2 teams,
Pues
or
venga.
2 players on each team will be able to communicate, and we go by the average time to determine the winner in the case that there's a first and fourth finish. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We do see us all starting boots, and this should be fun.
Starting boots, but no starting sword. It's always entertaining.
Yep.
And we are underway.
Yep. All right. Let's see. We got ourselves a hammer in the sink and 10 bombs in Link's house. Both nice to pick up early. Let's see. We've got, is that a green pendant Hera, red
green
pendant
Hera, yep.
Eastern, and I didn't catch
And
Desert.
I think Desert was a regular crystal.
Okay, I was gonna say, do we have 3 pendants in Light World? Also, palette shelf of a red kitsune is being a bit disorienting on the overworld there. Almost looks more like a Dark World palette than a Late World palette, as
A really unhealthy looking Dark World, too. Look at that water.
Yeah. Looks like nothing on the race game, I think, there. Or maybe not, because apparently Madcap thinks there is, because I guess I'm blind. Never mind, we're going. The immediate chaos from all 4 runners, because in co-op, you want to try and go in different places, so you and your teammate don't do the same thing at the same time, largely. You want to try and do different things. So you see a powder in Saha's hut and not a whole lot else. I did not catch the item on the lumberjack ledge.
It looks like bombs. We have a sword here on race.
Sword. Okay, so I'm definitely blind. Race sword is something you want to pick up. Hammer pickup for Donfanier. Chat confirming bombs and lumberjack, thank you. And nothing on library. Lumberjack doing the lumberjack check for Team Begone Pot. And now we're heading into CAC.
Always a lovely wealth of items here to be had.
Yep. Nothing in the chicken hut here. Or not chicken hut, back at the bar. Let's see. That's the thing. Chicken hut is not a terrible enemy set. That this house can be horrendous in Randomizer, and Blue Mail and Moon Pearl in the blind set are very nice.
And a nice heart container as a reward for navigating this mildly troubling hut.
Yep. Book and blind set too. Okay, that might be needed, as we do have a Crystal Desert today. We also a Glove from Dark World access between Hammer and Moon Pearl there. Sword 2 in the well.
Wow, so we're a lamp away from Aga now.
We're also that, yes. We even have the boots, so we don't need Lumberjack. Let's see. Remaining checks in the well. Money, the mirror, game, and $20. We're just getting everything early game, apparently. Jeez.
Don Veneer has collected 100 rupees, so we're going to see the bottle merchant here. Some really expensive arrows.
Thanks, game. And at least somebody I will have to check that. Right now, both teams just clearing out CAC here, north and south. As there's Red Kitsune paying way too much money for some arrows that they can't even use. Yeah. A lot of worldly items. Varying options we have. Begone Pot 30 seems to have Bolas Azules has not done that yet. We haven't seen Front of Escape, we haven't seen South Shore. Runners do have an option of also heading on over towards the desert area with that book now. Good amount of choices here for this early game in this co-op seed.
Yeah, that's for sure. All sorts of
It's
things
nice.
we can do.
You want to do some different things, so you can cover as much ground as possible. And you don't really want to be overlapping your teammate constantly. I mean, you have to do this at some point. You still need to beat 7 crystals and Ganon and everything, but you want to try and diverge as much as possible. So it's good to have options like this.
Team Begone Pot going in sync to go pick up their Master Sword.
Yep. Alright, and Front of Escape for Red Kitsune as Matcap has found not a whole lot of anything at the dam, it looked like, so it's off to Mini Molder Cave for him. Very friendly Mini Molder Cave. Usually this can be pretty ugly in Randomizer, but so far Randomizer's been fine to us. 10 arrows from the uncle, Mini Molder Cave, $20 a heart piece, 20 bucks, and bombs. That was impressively terrible.
This early in the game, you're not going to turn down an extra heart, I guess. 5 hearts is... It's good for now.
Let's see, that's Friend of Escape now for Slumberjack, and Don Veneer is off to South Shore as well. So basically, we're seeing the same thing except on the diagonals here. With Team Bolas Azules being slightly ahead of Begone Pot on both these routes.
Alright,
This is
here.
the Star Ocean MSU for Don Veneer, whose audio we're currently using. Ice Rod Cave is nothing.
Alright, Don Veneer is heading east to Mini Moldorm Cave and Ice Rod Cave, presumably.
I'd assume so. We're going to see a walk on water for Matcap, heading over to well, never mind. Hoping to go somewhere, but unfortunately, Endmiser tends to do that to you. Got hit, and that's it. Never mind.
Yeah, that is the danger of water walking in Randomizer.
Yep. Chan asking if we think we'll see an early Agaplay if they get Lamp. Not with this much stuff open. There's a lot to do. Even in co-op, both teams, there's quite a few options still. We've still got the eastern area, which Bolas Azules haven't touched at all. We've still got the desert area. I wouldn't be surprised if we found our mountain access sometime soon.
Yeah, we just need to find one of 2 gloves for Dark World access, so even if the lamp does turn up, I would probably keep looking for stuff. But that's just me.
Yeah. Map and Zelda Cell means that we have 3 items left in Escape. I would not be surprised to see Red Kitsune just run all the way to the back, assuming that the enemies aren't terribly terrible. We'll see about that. So far, Randomizer mostly hasn't been terrible, aside from the failed walk on water for Matcap, but nothing too ugly in the eastern area, it looks like. Sometimes game just says no, particularly with these dark rooms for Red Kitsune, 3 hearts, red blue mail. There's a Hinox, yikes! Yep.
It was a valiant effort.
Valiant effort, unfortunately, the game is like, nope. But Veneer does succeed at the walk on water and does make it to the portal as into Eastern there for Matcap. And Silverjack decided he does not want to try and attempt a run to the back of Escape there with this equipment and Randomizer. I don't blame him. Waterfall Ferry is junk. First check of Eastern is too. And I think this is a desert play for Red Kitsune, probably.
That's the last major unexplored area we have right now.
Pretty
Don's
much.
going to have a look at Zora Ledge.
Which is a heart container. Alright, we don't need that. So between Bolas and Azules' team members, I'd assume that Slumberjack also running to Desert. I'm not sure where Donovanier's going. We should find something of logical progression here. We are slowly running out of things between our forerunners. Desert Ledge's bombs.
Red Kitsune visiting Agina before heading into Desert. Looks like Slumberjack's going to be doing the opposite.
Yep.
That's
And
a
Hookshot, which is going to be necessary. It just doesn't do anything for us right now. Okay.
We actually have Magic Bat access here.
Oh, I forgot. That's what
Well,
Donovanier's
actually, we had
doing.
it several minutes ago.
Yeah, we have. I just forgot about it because, oops, there's a big key to Eastern. First check in Desert is the big key for Slumberjack. And into Desert now for Red Kitsune to get a lamp on Magic Bat. Chet was asking about that. That does put this final check in Eastern in Logic for Matcap. Whatever is on the Desert Torch, because I didn't see it, it's nothing that Slumberjack wants, it looks like. That also puts in the back of Escape into Logic, though, so I think that's where... I think Donovanier's can go back of Escape, and if he finds nothing there, then perhaps Naka play. Oh, triple Hinoxes, fun! That's a fun sight. It's a good thing that Slumberjack has a lot of bombs to deal with these guys. This is a very hazardous room, as Matcap takes a death in the Eastern Dark Room by unfortunately not making it to the big key chest. I think there. And there we go. Took 4 bombs, but that is the Hinoxes down for Slumberjack. Desert Big Chest is nothing, and there's a French Vanilla Glove. Okay, that's gross.
So we're saved from the trouble of having to do AGA with this equipment set.
Yep. Donovanier's is here in the back of in the dark, heading towards the back of Escape now with that lamp. It might as well just continue while you're here. I don't think he'll run all the way to back of Escape now that the glove has turned up, but at least see if he can survive to Dark Cross, although this Hinox is not fun.
Oh,
wow, that's a messy room. It's a really good thing they have blue mail. And Dark Cross is not worth the heart piece. As he is going to continue. I guess you're here. Yeah, Dawn's going to complete... Dawn is going to complete Desert if he can. Well, Desert's not completable for Dawn, assuming the boss is killable, which it is not guaranteed to be, because we are missing... We can't kill a Trinex, we can't kill a Cold Stare. We can kill just about everything else, actually. Though it might not be fun.
Slumberjack did pick up the compass in the big chest, but I didn't see a map check, so I'm not sure if he knows
don't think so.
if the boss is beatable or not, or is just deciding to come back later.
Might just be deciding to come back later to get Bombus in the back of Escape. Let's see. Both Azules is going to get that lamp off Magic Bat now as Red Kitsune. It goes to back of Escape. Alright. Off to Eastern for Slumberjack. Donvanier, I think, I assume, is running off to go to Desert at this point. And here's an interesting point I just noticed. No, actually, no. Right, never. I was like, wait, no pattern yet for Red Kitsune or Slumberjack, but that's because it's here in Sahasa, and those two runners haven't been there yet.
So Red Kitsune is going to be starting from Hype Cave, looks like.
Yep. Oh, Dark World, rather ashy today, apparently, for him.
Okay, no Ice Rod hunt today.
Nope. Aaron Hype Cave, which he'll take. That's always good, especially in Boss Miser, as well as Half Magic and a Shovel. That's a pretty solid Hype Cave.
Yeah. Solid 7 out of 10, I'd say.
At least, yeah, depending where our Trinexes end up. Magic Bat incoming for Slumberjack for that lamp. Well, you don't always necessarily need a lamp. It is a lot. You especially want lamp for dark rooms and Randomizer because you don't know what you're going to end up running into. K45 is our first bottle, and also we don't have a fire rod yet. Might need that to light torches. Matt Cap heading to desert now. No. Stumpy and Shovel turn in for Red Kitsune on the way to the Village of Outcasts, I'd assume. And this is a mountain play for Slumberjack with the glove, mirror, and hookshot. There's a lot of checks up here. Ah, that was small key on Desert Church. Whoops.
Shovel's just 20 rupees.
Well, that wasn't worth it. I did not catch the map check for Dawn Veneer on what the boss of Desert is. Someone in chat caught it, because I did not. Cold Stare, thank you, chat. Alright, we're not doing that yet.
I mean, we could.
Actually, no.
We're not
Dawn
going
Veneer
to.
can, actually. Now that I take a second look, we do have bombos now. I don't know if he wants to. 6 hearts, blue mail. No half magic yet for the. He can, technically, it just wouldn't be fun to do Cold Stare on this equipment. Speaking of bombos, good use of that to deal with these Hinoxes.
Red Kitsune has to go to the shooting game to get some money because I can't read that. He was either 5 or 7 rupees short. No, must mean 7 of dig game money.
Yep. There's the glove for Dawn Veneer. Totally missed the item in Spec Rock for Slumberjack. And that's a blue cane on Spec Rock, which you will go pick up.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially an Randomizer. You want that. Red Kitsune probably also wanted some money for chess game as well.
Well, just a piece of heart, but at least it only took 4 digs and didn't waste all our time.
Yeah, that's good. Ether tablet for Lumberjack is well, he'll take a heart container and Bossmeister, especially because that's only his 5th Bossmeister Randomizer. We're seeing a mountain play for Madcap as well. Ball and Chain Guard in that cave is kind of ugly. Oof. Good thing that's our only time we'll have to go through there. Smoky here. And Domineer's heading into Dark World as well. Gonna go straight from the CAC portal instead of going to Hype Cave first, like Red Kitsune did. No Ice Red for now. We'll see how much that matters. We've got a big key in the basement of Hera today.
Red Kitsune is probably going to check Sick Kid because he does have the mirror. He's just going into the room first.
So I'd assume, yeah. Round it with the Village of Outcasts checks with the mirror.
We do have a little bit of divergence there. Dawn Veneer is heading north into Skull Woods instead.
Got a small key here. Madcap heading straight over to Paradox before doing Hera. You don't have the big key. First he checks Paradox or junk. Hera Compass Chest is also junk. And I cannot terrible. I didn't find the boss item, so that's killable. Brewery is a flute. That's convenient to immediately activate that mirror. Mitts and Paradox.
Oh no, Dawn Veneer died to the anti-fairy trying to chase it down.
Oh, that's a feels bad.
But Mitt's up there on the mountain means we can immediately go to Dark Death Mountain.
Sadly, Lux Lumberjack only has 1 bomb, so is doing Helma the really slow way. The safe strat for Helma in this arena is to stand up top and throw bombs down at him. Unfortunately, with only 1 bomb, I'm kind of stuck doing the normal strats and being really careful to not fall down the center hole because it's quite hazardous. Let's go with the crystal, yeah. Oh, and another death for Dawn Veneer.
I think that one was intentional.
Okay, never mind. Not paying enough attention. We're going to see what the TR medallion is for Batcap.
Speaking of medallions, Ether turned up somewhere. Third pendant is TR, and our 5/6s are at Palace of Darkness and Skull Woods.
Someone in chat and letting us as to where that Ether was. I'd assume Village of Outcasts somewhere, since that's what Red Kitsune has been doing recently, but I'm not sure where. Chess game, maybe? Wrestle Paradox, I think, was junk, and Super Bunny is junk. Okay.
Oh, Slumberjack is gonna take a
Oh,
slumber.
that's a death. Yeah, Helma's can be a bit of a tough fight in that arena. And that's gonna be something for later. Stumpy was easier. Thank you, chat. Hinox is galore in the front of Thieves Town. Yuck!
Red
It's
Kitsune
actually
is still on
worth
4
anything.
hearts, and Madcap has twice that many.
Yeah. Hookshot Cave was completely useless for Madcap. I did not see the Skull Woods boss. Someone in chat can do that. My eyesight is not the best. These boss icons on the map are tiny, so I can never catch them when I'm commentating. Sparrow Cave, more junk, and so's the bumper ledge.
Flippers on Floating Island. That's interesting.
We need that. We're gonna see a play to Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb for Dawn Veneer. Good knowledge from game knowledge from Kitsune, getting a heart underneath that pot before going to the back of Thieves. Don't believe we've seen gotten the compass, so we're gonna just go check the boss immediately because you can do this in Bossmizer. And hi Argus. Alright, that's workable. Just need to pay attention and not die. So it's gonna be a little slow with Master Sword, but doable. It's picked up for Slumberjack, and this is Village Backcasts now for Madcap. Ooh. Red Kitsune down to just half a heart here.
He's fine. He's fine. This is the easy part, right?
There we go.
Well done.
Here. And that's going to be just a bloopy, but that is crystal number 1 on the board for our Forerunners today. Or between our Forerunners today, correction.
Dawn Veneer is returning to Skull Woods for the big chest, I think.
It looks like it.
Okay, I don't think that's how the hammer jump works.
I don't think so. Just some more money.
Well, that is Zora money if you wanted to go all the way back to Catfish. You could do Zora 10.
Yeah, that's a bit far. Particularly as Dawn Veneer is not the one with flippers, which Slumberjack will be picking up in a little bit here on the mountain. We do, however, have a really, really impressive collection of stuff already here.
Yeah,
21 minutes in.
Is it too soon to start asking about what we need for Go mode? We need a
No,
bow,
it's not. That was
rod,
my first thought.
and
We
Samaria.
might not even need a... yeah, bow, fire, rod, Samaria, I think, is our Go mode. Potentially Quake, if depending on what the Meyer medallion is.
Good point.
Yeah, bow, fire, rod, Samaria, and maybe Quake is Go mode already. 21 minutes in, which these are pretty fast, to be fair. With that said, though, this is still a little silly that we're this close to Go mode this early. Hammer picks for Madcap is our... Well,
Oh,
never mind
there's
the cane! We're just getting everything, apparently. As Slumberjack picks up his flippers.
This is going to be Spike Cave for Slumberjack. I don't recall seeing this on the other team side.
They did not do this, no. Thieves Town for Dawn. Stumpy for Matt Camp. Let's see, I should do another thing in between. Yeah, we're gonna finally get Hype Cave check for Begone Pot on Slumberjack's side. Bumba's tablet incoming for Bolas Azules. I didn't catch what purple chest was. I'm assuming it was junk.
Yeah, I looked away.
Nothing new I'm seeing on the tracker, at least, as we get some more money off Bumba's tablet. Fantastic.
Okay, so
Is the
that's
ice round?
2 runners with Zora money now.
Yep.
Make that 3.
I was gonna say, that's more money for Red Kitsune. Alright, and it is time for Swamp Palace. Makes sense. Might as well start clearing dungeons for our runners, since at this point they're neither team is missing much. They're pretty comparable in terms of knowledge, I think. Main exception being the Smaria for Begone Pot, which we know is on hammer pegs. Not sure when they'll get to that, since the runner with mitts is the one who's currently going to Swamp Palace, and the one who is going to... And the runner who's in Thieves Town, just finished Thieves Town, doesn't have the mitts yet.
Looks like Red Kitsune is heading up the mountain to get said mitts.
I may as well, I suppose. Oh, Alright, simultaneous swamp plays for our top 2 runners. Red Kitsune on the mountain, and there's the big key of the swamp, which I didn't catch a second ago for Matt Camp.
So Don Veneer is doing this south Dark World loop, but not having the mitts, of course, can't do the smith chain, or hammer pegs for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
That's the compass for Swamp in the vanilla compass chest. Oh, another shield! That looked like Vitreous in Swamp.
I did not catch it.
If that's the case, that Burna that Slumberjack has might actually make a non-trivial difference.
That would help, yes, because Vitreous on Fighter, Master Sword, Vitreous here. What is just 6 hearts blue mail for Slumberjack would kind of suck.
Well, there is the Fabled Sword in Swamp, so that makes things easier.
Or you could find Step, yes. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Got pinged about a couple things in Discord that I need to sort. Doesn't look like I missed a lot in the front of Swamp, it looks.
Did not look like that.
Excellent. Sorry, tournament admin things, but since I admin tournaments for, well, not this community, but others, so sometimes things are a little urgent to adjust quickly. It's Temper doesn't make Veggie free, but it does at least make it a little less annoying. Thankfully, at least since this is not the vanilla arena, you don't have to worry about the poison suit taking damage from that. Yeah, Ice Rod for Dovnir. Gonna pick up the half magic out of here as well. And there's Temperate for Slumberjack, as that's Flippers for Red Kitsune, and Vidi's down for Matcap. Nice fight.
Well done. That'll be his first crystal.
Yep.
And Slumberjack is hot on his trail. And Slumberjack just poking those eyes with impunity. Red Kitsune is about to pick up Samaria.
Yep. So that's still really the one major difference between our two teams right now is Begone Pod has no idea where that cane is. Otherwise, both teams are fairly similar in terms of dungeons cleared and items found.
Yeah, it just seems like Bolas Azules' routing's been a little more efficient. They've got some marginal time saves here and there. And they're just ahead by a little bit, it seems like.
Pretty much. So we are seeing Slumberjack go back in for left side swamp, it looks like here, which we didn't see from Matt Cap. That's gonna be curious to see what's here.
Yeah, this could be important.
And for Red Kitsune, new dungeon, Ice Palace. As we're gonna get Hera Basement for Dawn Veneer, we're gonna see what that Hera Big Chest is, because nobody's done that yet. It is a pendant. It is the green pendant, so this could be this is a bit of a gamble on the part of Begone Pot, since we've already seen. But yeah, that's one of the differences between our two teams is Begone Pot dipped Hera earlier. I don't think Bolas Azules did that. And that's where some of the time sink, where the difference is they spent some time in Hera, whereas Bolas Azules spent some time getting their cane.
Alright, we're getting a look at Catfish here from Matcap.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Zorachek here as well, since we haven't seen that yet, and he has the money for it. That's a cape. He'll take it.
Yeah, Bumper Ledge was just rupees, but of course that cape for just its practical use is very valuable.
Absolutely, especially because Matcap is the one without the cane on the side, on our the right side of the blue cane right side of the screen. Red Kitsune doesn't have it marked on his tracker either, but I'm pretty sure they should have seen it.
Red Kitsune apparently found a bow in Ice Palace, so that is one more piece of the puzzle, and unless Quake turns out to be a surprise, we could be in one-item go mode here.
Yeah, we might be a fire out from go mode, and would be funny, as red mail is not required, but you'll take that, I guess, in Hera Big Chest. That hurts for Red Kitsune, though. Yowp. Didn't catch what he died to, but that hurts. It doesn't look like Fire Out was left side swamp, sadly, for Slumberjack, so that's a bit of a time sink. Let's see what Helma has for Dawn here.
Alright, Slumberjack unfortunately died fighting Helma the first time.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna get a look at the Meyer Medallion here on Matcap's side.
New checks. Sadly missed it. I looked away at just the wrong moment and missed it. Ether Meyer. Alright, we're Fire Rush from Go mode confirmed. No, Bolas Azules is straight up Fire Rush from Go mode on their end. Begone Pot is short a bow and at cane as well as the Fire Rod right now.
And Helma has just 5 rupees.
I hope for their sake that the green pin missed something, otherwise this has been a considerable time sink for that team.
Oh, there's the fire!
And well, never mind. We're in no mode. Okay, we're in no mode as a restream. 32 minutes in, that's a fire rod, and we're set. Okay, then.
That's amazing. Even for co-op, like, what, 33 minutes in?
That's 33-minute no mode for us. That's impressive. We have no idea what most of our bosses are, but it doesn't matter. We can kill all of them.
Hey, Red Kitsune finally found a 5th heart container.
That's good. But at this point, Bolas Azules is in rush the dungeons and get going mode. Matcap just needs to pick up a bow and we'll... Matcap needs to pick up a bow and then he will be in inventory go mode. They now know where everything is, but each of our runners, those 2 runners, still needs to physically get a couple things for their inventory still. Matcap needs to go get the bow still here in ice, which will be pretty quick, and then Red Kitsune needs to pick up the fire rod, and that's about it between those 2 runners. And then it's just run through the dungeons as fast as you can. It's going to be a lot of dungeons to run through, but they are in go mode as a team.
Yeah, we'll be treated to an exemplary display of skill on our runners' parts, just blitzing through dungeons, enemies popping out of, hidden places that you don't expect them.
They've got 6 crystal dungeons to go mode each, basically. It's a little silly.
So they are not going to be picking up red mail.
They will definitely not be picking up red mail. They're never touching Hera, period.
I believe one of them found a second bottle with a red potion in it, but they are going to be really low on safeties. This is going to be exciting. Let's buckle up.
This is going to be a low % run for sure, particularly for Red Kitsune, who's only on 5 hearts. 8's not too bad with blue mail and tempered. Let's see, where is... Yeah, Red Kitsune will get tempered, so that's not an issue since that's in the back of Swamp just before the Vidi. I know we saw a map check from one of our 2 runners on the right side of the screen. I didn't catch where the boss of mice is.
I believe it was Mopula.
Alrighty. Smith Chain here for Lumberjacks, so Begone will know about their cane very shortly. Oh man, if Ice Tridex shows up, that's gonna be a fun time for Bolas Azules.
It'll be a fun time for her and watching too, right? That's why we watch this stuff.
Alright, a little bit of trolling from the enemies there for Slumberjack, Moth Stand for Red Kitsune, map, and Crystal number 2. Alright. Even for this mode, it feels like 6 go mode crystal dungeons is a little silly for our 2 runners on the right side of the screen. Well, not 6 exactly, since one of them has dipped into desert. But it's pretty much close to 6 full crystal dungeons just go modable for our runners, which is something. I'm also not sure where Red Kitsune is going. Don't remember Waterfall Fairy having anything of note. No. Refill. That makes sense.
Red potion's better than nothing for sure.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good routing. On his side, I was like, where? Because I was like, I don't see why else he's going there, but that makes sense. Alright, Swamp Palace now for Dawn. Begone Pa is about to be a bow from Go mode in like a minute or so here, because they're going to be... Slumberjack is about to pick his fire rod up out of Checkerboard Cave.
I think fire was actually Bombos.
Was it Bombos? Never mind. Well, okay.
Well, anyway, it's not Quake.
Yeah, it's not Quake is the big thing. Bombos is fine. We just need to have our 2 runners at the top of the screen go to the back of Skate, which will be pretty quick with a save point whenever they want to do that. And they can pick it up real fast. It's not an issue. TR is a dependent phase, but apparently we mis-ID'd the medallion for Meyer earlier. It's actually Thambos. Cougar's bow is in Ice Palace, and Slumberjack just got the fire rod from Checkerboard Cave.
I was going to say we have runners in 4 different dungeons, but no, that is still swamp despite the water being purple in Red Kitsune's corner.
Yeah, that water looks a little poisonous. And then Temper picked up for Dawn. That's just some bright berry Kool-Aid of some kind. Ugh. Let's see, Bolas Azules is just in clear dungeons in go mode. Matcap currently doing the scouting and pod for that team for where is this big key at, as Dawn making good use of that Berna to take care of Viddy here, half magic plus Berna, making quick work of the eyes. Small and large, as we get that cold stare now in desert that we peeked earlier from the map.
Right. Engineer deals with his eyeball, and Slumberjack is about to deal with his trio of eyeballs.
Using that red potion there to not die. Viddy now for Red Kitsune. Gonna make use of his bow to clear through this boss. And this big key is hiding a bit for Matcap. Begone Pot, basically a bow from Go Mode themselves, which they will be able to. I'd have to assume they go Ice Palace soon between them. There's just in this for the sake of clearing dungeons, because it looks like Dawn's gonna be the. Let's see. Yeah, a cane pickup for Dawn. I was like, what's he routing towards? Because it's not the. Picking up Kane and then going to Meyer area, going to be able to pick up the Fire Rod and do Meyer at the same time with his route. And let's see where Slumberjack goes.
Well, Red Kitsune was doing the math on the damage from Vitreous there. Being on 3 hearts, he actually drank his red potion to recover 2 hearts, so he wasn't in 1-hit KO range anymore.
That's a good idea. Back of escape for Slumberjack is where he's going. Needs to pick up that bomb boost. Yeah, you need the big key, Matcap. Your big key is the last thing you need in this dungeon. Unfortunately, game deciding that you're doing every check in here as bomb boost pickup for Slumberjack. That's not a big key for Matcap.
Apparently,
it's going to be a last location. Yeah. Randomizer does some weird things. There we go, finally, for Matcap. Alright, my area for Dawn, as I mentioned earlier, and, okay, Team Begone Paw is going to be in go mode or no, needs to do something else first. Potion refill, good idea. But they're going to be in go mode here in a couple of minutes in Ice Palace with that bow, about a little over 10 minutes behind Team Bolas Azules. So they've themselves got a Bolas Azules, I'd say at this point, has a decent lead in terms of dungeons done.
Yeah, I'd say a macroscopic lead at least.
It's hard to do exact math, though, since both teams will be doing a lot of Go Mode dungeons. There's Fire Rod for Dawn. And Reikitsune is going to go pick up that lamp, giving a little time back to Begone Pot, but this makes sense. There's a dark rooms and Randomizer are not fun. Especially on Red Kitsune's 5 hearts and Blue Mail. So this is a sensible play for him. And go mode for Slumberjack is coming, and Team Begone Pot is coming here in this room once he can take out these enemies.
Dawn Veneer giving us our first look at Mire just about now. And that is go mode for Begone Pot.
42, just under 43-minute mark. About, what we said, 32 minutes? Yeah, about 10 minutes behind their opponents for go mode.
Yeah, I think within about 10 seconds of being 10 minutes exactly.
Yeah. Because everyone was just about 30, just sub 33, but it says, oh my goodness, that is a 6-eyed mold. Yeah, that's 6-eyed mold, I think. Yeah, jeez.
It's 6, yeah.
Moving a little too fast for me to count it accurately, but one of the quirks of Randomizer, both regular Randomizer and Boss Miser, you don't have to have the bosses shuffled to have this show up, is that the number of eyes on Moldorm is randomized between 1 and 8. It'll be the same number for every Moldorm in the game, and today apparently that's 6.
Alright, that is now 3 crystals apiece for Matcap and Red Kitsune.
We haven't mentioned it, but technically, there are a couple different forms of Boss Miser and Link to the Past Randomizer. The one setting we're using for this week is full Boss Miser, which means that you are guaranteed to see one of every boss, and then a random 3 number of bosses will have a repeat. 3 bosses will have repeats. We have seen no repeats so far. We have seen one each of Coldster, Helma, Moldorm, Vidi, Argus, and Moth. We have yet to see a Trinex, Landmos, Armos Knight. What else are we missing? There's a few we're still missing here. Blind. Yeah, we haven't seen a blind, and then we're missing our 3 repeats. And I'm probably forgetting something.
So what you're saying is Ice Trinex is still alive as a dream?
Very much so. That's not a terrible Bicky placement in Mire there on Compass Chest for Dawn. And off to the back of Skullwoods, not Moth in this case necessarily for Matt Cav. We'll look at a helicopter today. Those who don't know, well, there's if you get a Helmasaur in Mothulus Arena, there's a very particular interaction that Helma has with the room. As we see our Slumberjack arrive on his first Moth of the day here in Ice.
Well, it's Armos down here in Skullwoods. They have some pretty funny interactions too.
Yeah, but then I feel like we haven't talked a lot about the Boss Miser aspect of this week's settings, mostly or about the End Miser a ton, because it hasn't been terrible today. We got everything to kill the bosses, and the enemies have not been too ridiculously rude.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, though this room's a little tricky for Dawn, having both a Chain Chomp and one of the Crystal Rollers here, but let's get through there. Yeah, the Hitnoxes in Desert was probably the worst room we saw today. This really hasn't been all that bad otherwise, and Sizewell Park, because they just got everything.
I don't know, before getting that lamp, the back of the stage was pretty funny.
Yeah, true, back of the stage was a little funny. So the odds of Lace Trinex are now lower, given that we've now seen our first. And there's no guarantee that Trinex is one of our 3 repeats, as this is going to be inventory go mode actually now for Matcat, picking up Bombos. And 6-eyed Moldorm for Red Kitsune should be pretty quick.
You know, if they're going to put 6 eyes on the Moldorm, they could at least make them symmetric around its direction of movement.
That would be nice.
You at all?
It does. I mean, any number of eyes besides 2 tends to bother me from Moldorm just because it looks so weird.
Well, Red Kitsune just picked up a 6th heart container at 47 minutes. looks like we're going to have 3 runners in Mire concurrently, unless Red Kitsune decides to go for Desert first. That looks like to be the case. Yep.
I mean, you might as well hope you find it like a extra hard or. No, actually, gonna get Fire Rod first, and then might do Desert first. Hoping for an extra heart or something on the boss potentially. So I don't know what the item count is in Desert, or if they've been counting.
This is a lot of lag here in Desert.
Yeah, that is a lot of stuff going on in that room. Good choice to just bomb most the entire bunch and just get out of there. Okay, so between our runners, let's see. Remaining dungeons to do is Pod, Skullwoods, Thieves, and Mire for Slumberjack. It's Pod, Skullwoods, and Ice for Dawn. Matcap is currently in Mire and also needs to finish Desert, Skullwoods, and Thieves. And then Rikitsune is Desert, Skullwoods, Mire. It's really hard to do math on who's currently probably likely to finish first, given the rather disparate collection of dungeons each runner needs to do.
Yeah, it's a little harder to estimate how long dungeons take. Well, at least the nice thing is nobody... No, wait, someone finished Skullwoods. I forget who, though.
That was, who's it? A minute ago with the Armos.
I'm drawing a complete blank here.
So am I! Whoops! Someone did indeed just finish Skullwoods. Matcap, thank you, and that is now marked on the tracker.
Okay, so I think Matcap is probably going to finish first at this rate.
I was gotta say it's closer between him and Red Kitsune, because Matcap has got to run through the back rooms of Desert, the back rooms of Mire, and the back of Thieves, whereas Red Kitsune just has Mire and Skullwoods to run through. Which I think are a little faster. In part, it's 2 dungeons versus 3 between the two runners on the right. Try next now for Slumberjack. Ice is a long dungeon to run through, admittedly, here, which doesn't help for Dawn.
Yeah, Thieves Town's lightning quick in Randomizer, unlike in normal modes.
Trinex here in Mire, it's going to be down pretty quick for Slumberjack, and that is ERS's 4 crystals now for him. Got Pod, Skullwoods, Thieves on his side. Dawn has Pod and Skullwoods as well as the Ice Palace he's currently just entering. Both our runners on the right side here in both Team Bolas Azules currently clearing out. Mire, except at very different points. Matt kept dealing with this so fun room. Mire looking a little bluer than usual for Red Kitsune, but otherwise fairly normal looking palette.
Alright, this is going to be Thieves Town and Skullwoods combo from Slumberjack, and then he just has to do Pod.
Yep. Unfortunately, we know Pod is going to be a longer dungeon because the Bicky is in the back. It's in the maze, which is usually going to be one of the last checks you do in there. We know that Matcap just about last location did, and I gonna expect much the same out of whichever member of Begone Pot gets there first.
Red Kitsune really getting bullied by that Moldorm.
Oh my goodness, yeah, no kidding. Getting a much needed health refill there as well. And that's the Moth and Ice down for Dawn. Desert now from Cap, gonna finish that off, and that'll be his second to last crystal.
Where's Lumberjack going? Did he forget?
He forgot. Whoopsies! Lumberjack? I'm pretty sure that I don't think Don Veneer did the back at Desert when he was there earlier. I think this is just an honest brain fart. Because in Boss Miser, it doesn't matter if the line is vanilla or not, but you do not have to rescue the maiden in Boss Miser or bomb the hole. You can just go straight to the boss. So this is unfortunately a good couple minutes time loss for Slumberjack. But it's not going to be the difference maker. I don't think Begone Pod is already behind as it is, but it does feel bad.
Yeah. Definitely feels bad, but, you know, it would feel much, much worse if it actually ended up being the reason you lost.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think the main reasons why they're behind is the early play to Hera just not paying out. Both runners going in there on that team, combined with, I think he just realized there now. Early play to Hera not paying out combined with some differences in routing. As alright, that's gonna be Dawn. No, yeah, it's Dawn. Brain fart. Here into Pod. Hera had a loaded nothing. Hera Basement was the big key, and Hera Big Chest was red now. Bolas Azules never even touched Hera when they were on the mountain, so they saved a good couple minutes already there on Begone Pot from that, especially because both members of Begone Pot went in there. Slumberjack went first, and then and took it down to the Helmasaur. Don Veneer went up there later and did Hera Basement to the Hera Big Chest, hoping to get and kill the Helma. Hoping to get an advantage presumably on both Azules, and unfortunately just found a whole lot of nothing.
Madcap has now entered his final crystal dungeon.
The Red Kitsune not going to be too far behind, having just finished his 6th.
You know, there's something funny about palette shuffle that always makes Skull Woods look like it's carpeted.
Yeah, I don't see a palette shuffle very often, but so I didn't realize it until you mentioned it. But yeah, that does make the place look rather carpeted. Well, you're doing much the same routing as Madcap did in Death Pod, so this will be a last location of the big key as well. Unfortunately, the top of the Dark Maze is just a really terrible spot for it.
Well, Madcap has collected his 7th crystal, and Red Kitsune is close behind. So
Yep.
they're going to be entering GT very close to each other.
They will. Madcap will have a slight lead. Generally, with GT, when you're in co-op and both teammates are entering it, they're pretty close together. You'll tend to see one runner go left and one runner go right, although it might not matter depending on how this particular GT layout ends up shaking out with keys and everything. Oh, Red Dominic's going to open the top door of the base and not do the hammer up since he doesn't have the big key, and he'll save a touch of time getting that, and that's out of here. I guess I'm not going to use the bow, for whatever reason he might choose to not use the bow. These Armos Knights is going to go with the Fire Rod instead. And Burner Strats for Lumberjack makes sense actually here.
Right, and that's crystal number 7 for Red Kitsune.
Yep. And Armos Knight's down for Lumberjack as well. Unfortunately, he still has to run through Pod. Just barely sub-hour entry to GT cutscene here, and then entry to GT for Madcap. This is going to be pretty speedy, depending on where exactly this big key is. Chat, you guys, you can put a quick number between 1 and 22. Where's that big key? I will be saying, well, 14 work. I got it for me. What is your guess?
22.
I guess for this, we're going to be counting
generous.
checks done between the 2 runners of a team. Check 1 is the small key, check 2 is $20. We will see Madcap go right. I assume that Red Kitsune will probably go left once he gets in here. No worries, more guy. I'd expect the Red Kitsune to go left here in GT, try and cover as much ground as quickly as possible. As here's Moldorm for Dawn, and happy 1 hour, everyone. Alright, check 3 is a hurt piece, check 4 is a compass, check 5 is 10 arrows, and check 6 is $20. Oh, hi Hinox. And actually, nope, Madcap is going to go left side. Never mind.
Interesting.
Check 7 is the map. I would have expected him to continue right and all the way up to Ice Armos while Red Kitsune did left side just to cover as much ground as possible. But nope, apparently we're just going to have both runners go left here in on Team Bolas and Azules.
Well, I suppose if Madcap continued right and found the big key behind Ice Armoser and Bob's chest, it still wouldn't save Red Kitsune any time. I guess this way they both find the big key around the same time. I don't know if that helps even though, but it's interesting.
Yeah, that's the choice, as he did get a bottle, or another bottle, which can't complain too much, I guess. The fairy net is nice. That was checks 8 through 11. Yeah, or at least for one of our runners who have done tile room, maybe, so the other has a bit of a chance to get some time going. A bit of separation. Hey, Bugnet! I am surprised both runners choosing to do this here, but now Red Kitsune just seconds ahead of his teammate heading into this room.
It's interesting because this is not the first time I've seen this strategy done with the leapfrogging as they keep swapping leads.
In this case, I assume one runner is going to go for a random room while the other heads straight towards the Ice Armos. So. Because they are literal seconds apart here. I guess also checks 12 and 13. Check 14 through 17 will be rando room. And nope, both runners just doing the exact same thing at almost the exact same time. Maybe he'll split who does the checks, chest on the left versus the right. Let's see, 14, 15, more bottles, 16, and 17. Okay, game. I guess it's true, if it's a random, it's a long way back, you just give it, that does make sense. Alright, Armos Knight's down for Dawn, and that is Skullwood's done, and his 7th crystal here as Lumberjack gets into pod. Alright. Check number. This is gonna be 18 on Bob's chest. Is $20. What's our boss today on ice? Yes, check. Any wish of a nice try next? Nope. Ice blind. Okay, game.
Well, that should still be entertaining.
Can be a little tricky here with the ice physics, yes. Making use of that cane for him. Backhand just gonna go for sword slashes. Unfortunately, not getting most of those cane shots off. Please use that blue goo. And okay, that is playing down first for Matcap on the right side here. Rikatsune is really not having fun. 19, 20, and 21. We've got a tile room Mickey, everyone.
Oh, that was the Sanctuary Heart, too.
Nice. And okay, Red Kitsune gets a news from Matcap. You don't need to continue fighting blind on ice. Please get out of here and go do tile room. He's going to pick up the small key, though, since we do need that for the climb. Kitsune's never been happier to be around the boss, I'm sure. Yeah, that blind fight was not going the best. Blind can definitely be a bit chilly with the ice physics. I'm actually curious to see if Dawn decides to gamble and head straight for tile room, because that would be funny to see 3 tile rooms at once. I don't expect him to.
We would have a race if that happened.
We would, but no, no, Summerjack is still a decent ways behind the other 3. But no, this is left side for Dawn, which makes sense. Heading straight for the density. If Dawn had the triple tile room, would have been an interesting sight. Ah yes, you need to kill the Gibdo, Hand of War Master, there we go, and that's the key picked up. Let's see. What was the guessing game? Astro Felipe wins with a guess of 19.
Now is... Oh no, wait. Don Veneer is the same Don Veneer who's already in GT. I thought Slumberjack has somehow gotten ahead of himself.
Oh, did you say 22 for the guessing game? I'm gonna just discuss it. Whoops.
I always say 22.
Gotcha. Sorry. Whoops. So then you take the win it then. Apologies. Right. Yeah, we're seeing Dawn head to right side now, having gonna pick up these checks. We'll see if he continues after picking up the pot key. This room is fun for Matcap. There we go.
Those guards are tenacious.
They are. And we've got more of them. And more guards for Red Kitsune. You're gonna just bomb boost the entire bunch. Probably the smartest play there. Pay attention here, Matcap. You're a little low on health. Missing the bomb on the Hinox for Matcap, sadly. They're very vulnerable to bombs if you can hit them with the conveyor belt and everything in this room. It's rather tricky. He is giving Matcap a run around. There we go. Matcap having just the slightest of leads on his partner here.
Yeah, thankfully the bunny beams are not randomized out, so nice fairy health refill there for Matcap.
Yep, and that's some off down here on the Lambos 2 fight. So, Moldorm 2. We haven't really discussed this much because we haven't had the need to discuss potential boss placements a whole ton since we've got everything for the bosses, but there are boss restrictions on boss arenas, with the 2 Moldorm arenas being the most restrictive on what can physically fit on that arena, quite literally. We have only had 1 repeat. We cannot. Moth is one of the bosses that can appear in that arena, but we cannot have that. We could have repeat Moldorm, repeat Helma. I think we can have repeat Cold Stare there.
Or Madcap. These Moldorms were really...
Repeat Vidi could
really
be there. We've got 2 repeats and a completely missing Landmouse. I don't believe Landmouse can appear in the Moldorm 2 arena. We will never see a Landmouse today. Whatever is there will be a repeat. Could be any one of a couple ones except for Moth, but we'll see what it is on our final randomized boss of the seed. Hot, continuing to go through the basement, go through the basement and looking for that big key, which we know is on Tile Room.
Well, Begone Pot is going to be getting the bad news very close to each other as well.
That they've got a place blind, as well as, yep, that Tile Room.
Both of them have an
Room's
invincibility item, at least.
Yeah. We do indeed both have the King of Verna to make this blind fight considerably nicer. But Don's almost out of magic, is not trying to save as much as he can for this fight, while Lumberjack is almost full bar to use. And there we go.
It is Vitreous here, upstairs in Moldorm 2 arena. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Butterstick in the pre-Moldorm chest. And Madcap skipped it.
Madcap might be mildly regretting that. Doesn't need it in the slightest, but sure. Red Kitsune also getting a very nice hover here.
Very well done. Makes it look effortless.
And Begone Pilot is now heading for their Tile Room. Approximately a GT climb behind their opponents here, effectively.
Yes, it would have been hilarious if the silvers were there in the post-Moldorm chest.
We will not find out, at least not from Team Bolas Azules. Maybe Begone Pot will check it, but we don't know. Not sure if they'll make it there even before their opponents finish.
Madcap did pick it up. It was just 20 rupees.
Never mind. Okay, scatterbraining. Let's see. Econometry for both members of Bolas Azules. Not too terrible for Red Kitsune, I think. Being a little trolly to Madcap, but yeah. That I think goes to 0 there. This looks a lot better for a lineup, though.
Nice.
Those are triples wrap it up. Very nice. That spray looks a little funky for Red Kitsune there on the bat. And our first of our 2 runners on the right, Team Bolas Azules to drop in. Cannon is sharing some fun facts about slugs today. And no sub 110, Tile Room Big Key killed that, but this will be a sub 115 for both members of Team Bolas Azules. Pretty fast for this mode.
You know, considering that they found their Go Mode item at 33 minutes, and they just had so many dungeons left to do, more than half of this run was doing dungeons after Go Mode.
Yeah, Team Bolas Azules, they had like 5 to 6 Go Mode dungeons between them, basically. It was a little silly. I believe this will actually be the fastest. This will be the new, according to Structural Mike's handy dandy sheet in the League Discord. I think this is actually going to be set the new record for the fastest invitational winning time. Current record is 1 minute an hour 18, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be sub that.
Like, I would be surprised if it wasn't the new record.
This has been ridiculously fast. But the current record is 1 hour and 18 minutes. This should be sub 115. We're despite its power of Begone, this is a sub 115, I think. As long as Red Kitsune doesn't die, which is a little concern here, actually. It should be almost done. There we go. We're fine.
Nicely done. That cap is just a couple spins behind, I think.
Looks like it.
Okay, more than a couple spins, but a few spins.
And that is GG's to Red Kitsune, gonna be first of our forerunners to finish, 113.36. Matt Cap just behind it is going to be slightly sub 114 even average finish time for these two. And that is GG's to Matt Cap as well, finishing out the race for Team Bolas Azules with an official time of 114.01, making the average time for this team 113.48.5, I think is what that maths to. GG.
Yeah, they finished 25 seconds apart. That's pretty impressive.
That is. Our two runners on the other side also almost equally close here. Just a couple rooms apart in GT, and just a few minutes behind their opponents. They won't quite beat that previous Invitational winning record time, but they're not far behind it. We'll see if they want to, if we are getting any interviews here. Alright. You ready to start interviewing, or do you want to wait until... Oh, I've got a few minutes till Begone Pot finishes. Lily?
Oh, you were asking me.
Yeah.
I will defer to your expertise on this matter.
Alright, sure. We've got a couple minutes here, and we'll welcome in Matt Cap here, joining us from Team Bolas Azules. GG.
Hello, GG's. Thank you very much.
What a fast seed.
Yeah, I guess it kind of was. I don't know. We started out with that Death in Eastern, which I got really mad about. I was saying like the firework is gonna be there, but fortunately it wasn't. And yeah, I think like at least we skipped like all of the left side in the mountain. Like doing Pyramid and Sora towards the end felt pretty bad, but I think aside from that, it went pretty smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, GG's Red Kitsune as well, who is heading off to bed. You guys, left side of the mountain had not much. We did see, let's see, Spec Rock had, Cane of Burner was on top of Spectral Rock, which was handy as a safety for Begone Pot. Red Nail was in a Hera Big Chest with the Hera Big Key in the basement.
Oh wow!
And
Burner
that was
something.
about it.
Yeah, that could have been nice. I don't know, because towards the ends of the seed, I was like very comfortably with like 11 hearts, Tempered Sword, Blue Mail, like everything, and Red suddenly told me like I have 6 hearts.
Yeah.
And that was like, okay, I didn't realize. So that was a bit scary for a second, and that blind, oh my god, I don't know. That boss Randomizer in that room is just terrible.
It is blind, one of the worst bosses you can get there. You guys didn't have the Cane of Burna for it. Both members of Begone Pot got that Burna, so they both used it.
Interestingly, neither of them got the cape though.
Nope. They did not get that cape.
Yeah, I guess Catfish was out of it. Because did they do Spike Cave?
They did.
Okay, because then the silvers
absolutely
were
nothing I
in,
can remember.
Yeah, the silvers had to be in Pyramid Fairy then, I think.
Was it Dark World? Gotcha, I did miss the canon text.
Yeah, it was that one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys were not checking Pyramid Fairy this seed. You and Red Kitsune hit Go Mood at 32 minutes. It was a little ridiculous.
Oh, really? Was it That's
I think that is I
Yeah.
think when you got the bow out of Ice Palace was the go mode.
I
No,
think Fire Rod was the last
It
one.
might
Yeah.
have been Fire Rod actually. Never mind. No, Fire Rod. Yeah, was go mode, and it's like, oh, we just have everything. Okay, that's fast. It seemed threw so much at you.
Yeah.
Just all of the items early.
Yeah, and also the lamp, which is always nice, and yeah, no, not much of a problem. Like, I did keep delaying the lack of escape because I forgot, and then I was already fluting, and yeah, and I actually went into swamp without the ice rod or bombos, which could have been pretty bad, but fortunately, Trinex Victor's was a bit scary, but Tempest were there to help at least.
Yeah. Alright, both members of Begone Pod should be done pretty soon. Dawn just slightly ahead of Slumberjack here. Very pretty close race between you guys. I think Harrow's one of the bigger differentiators, and there's little differences in routing here and there. I believe we'll get at least Dawn in for an interview shortly, and then we can talk more, because that's GG's here to Dawn. 119.27. Slumberjack should be done pretty shortly. There we go.
So Matcap and Red Kitsune finished 25 seconds apart. Slumberjack and Dawn Dinner finished, or I'll just wait till he crosses the bridge before spoiling it. Okay, with an official time of 1:19:54, they finished 27 seconds apart.
Very, very close.
Tile room probably helps with that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Average finish time 27.2 is 113.5. That is a 119.40.5 average time for Team Begone Pot. Which minus 113.48.5. Yeah, just under 6 minutes difference on average time, as we are now joined by both members here of Team Begone Pod. GG.
GG's.
GG's.
So, initial impressions on this seed from you two?
I mean, it was pretty straightforward. We kind of had a goofy start. We were both in Kakri at the same time, and then obviously there was the my little Thieves Town mishap, which I don't think really affected too much. And I made the gamble with the left side swamp to see if there was something back there that could maybe give us an edge. But yeah, other than that, it seemed pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, like the enemy placements weren't that bad. It's like, all right, we find bombos early, found ether early. That pretty much clears up any like kill rooms, and then the biggest problem I had was like Skull Woods on that left side because of that giant spike and then that anti-fairy running around, or the bubble, whatever it's called.
Gotcha. Yeah. Given how the Randomizer can go, this wasn't too bad. The game threw everything at you to do everything early pretty quickly. Racing was in no mode just over the half-hour mark. So bosses weren't a special issue for you guys. The only try I actually saw this seed was in Mire, and that was one of the last dungeons for both teams.
I think it was just the Cold Stare and Desert that forced a double dip for the bosses.
Yeah, I made sure. Like I said, it's killable the first time I was there. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do Master Sword.
I think you were like 6
Blue
hearts.
Mail.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, I'll come back.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking about any of like the kill rooms along the way, but yeah, definitely come back, finish that later, and nothing there anyway. Just go mode it.
Yeah. Yes, things, let's see, particular differentials between the two teams. You guys did end up doing Hera. Both of you went in there, including the basement for what was Red Mill was nice to have, but unfortunately nothing in Hera was required today, which cost you guys a few minutes. Natcap, Silverjack, actually ran through the back of Thieves Town before realizing, wait, I don't need to do that for the boss in Boss Miser.
Yeah.
It thankfully wasn't what cost you the race. That would have been pretty painful if it had. But yeah, that was a couple extra minutes there. And then I think just little bits of routing here and there. Left side swamp was a bit of extra time, but it's hard to pin down. I'm having a hard time pinning down specific things besides that.
Yeah, I think it was just general, just like making risks on longer plays because we did like Hera, we did left side swamp. Yeah, combine that also with like my Thief Sound goof, just throwing us like another minute or two behind, and then our Kakariko double opener. Yeah, that there's just a lot of like a little bit of wasted time here and there that just bled us out, I think.
And that adds up fast in a race that's this fast. This was blisteringly fast for this mode. Bolas Azules has set the new record for the week for Invitational, and actually beat the fastest opening winning time action record as well, just barely. With a previous record is 1:18 for Invitational, it's a 1:14:02 for Open. And you guys are not far behind that 1:18 either. This was fast.
Yeah, and not having to dip any of the pendant dungeons helps a lot.
Yeah, not in the slightest. You guys had a lot of go mode dungeons too, since so much of your stuff was in the overworld. Just on all sides, I think, particularly Bolas Azules, I think had like 5 or 6 dungeons each left by the time when they hit go mode.
Yeah, I think I had 5 myself.
And at that point, it's just run through the seed, try not to die, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like Kane in Hammerpex maybe was the only thing that really could like set you back a little, like in item wise. But yeah, we did skip like left side and some stuff that we usually wouldn't do in co-op. But I don't know, since I had already died in Eastern and we already had like left some stuff behind, it was like let's just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Eastern was the one dungeon we were able to successfully avoid because Dawn, you just did Saha and then just left it alone, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like getting to that point, I had like 1 heart. I guess refilled on Sahasrarlo, but I know
right.
I've seen enough Randomizer races where it's just too deadly to enter Eastern early.
Mm-hmm.
I would never have thought like if something was going to kill me in a dark room, it was going to be some red beetles. I don't know. That was like really strange. That felt so bad. I don't know. But yeah, it happens. And then with the lamp just after it immediately. And at least that's more or less when we found the glove. So it was like, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you everyone for the restream. It was really fun. And I believe we're playing again tomorrow. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, good luck.
Same time.
Yep.
Slightly different people because it's not me tomorrow. It's Tistu take my spot.
And
You're
hoping
gonna be busy
to
slumbering?
reverse the outcome.
Yeah. Tistu will not go into the back of Thieves Town unnecessarily. So
Okay, so
yeah,
thank you.
GG's.
everybody.
Yeah, GG's. See, any last thoughts, Blue Link?
Not particularly. Well, thank you to our trackers, Fidelity and Nochibato, for doing excellent work, keeping us informed about all the goings-on.
Thank you as well to my co-com Blue Link, and please do give everyone a follow here. Our Forerunner, Slumberjack, Matt Cap, Don Veneer, and Red Kitsune. As well as you can see all the volunteer links there in the chat as well. That is it here for us. Let's see, coming up ahead on the speed gaming schedule. We have coming up the 8 p.m. match between Bolas and Empty versus Terranigma is a great game. Looks to have no commentators right now, so probably not going to get a restream on that, but we'll have at 10 p.m. Eastern another restream. Final of the night between Beats from the East versus Oops All Foxes. That is Homemade Beer and Chloe and Bugle Charm versus Chloe Prower and Adlor. That'll be on the Speed Gaming main. It's got more matches tomorrow, including the other match between these two teams with Matcap and Kaide Rukawa versus Don Veneer and T-Stu. Good luck to both teams. Restream TBD on that. And thank you for watching all. We hope to see you next time.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.